Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. We have some breaking news that you absolutely need to hear. Today, we're diving into a story that's turning heads, sparking debates, and sending shockwaves across the NFL community. It's all about Justin Jefferson and what he recently said. Trust me, this is something you're going to want to stick around for. But before we jump in, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any breaking news, analysis, or updates from around the league. Let's get right into it. The Dallas Cowboys have always been a team that commands attention, whether it's their rich history, their passionate fan base, or their often polarizing status in the NFL. They're known as America's team for a reason. But when someone like Justin Jefferson, arguably one of the most talented wide receivers in the league today, decides to make a statement about the Cowboys, it's bound to grab headlines. For those who may not know, Justin Jefferson has been lighting up the league since his debut with the Minnesota Vikings. His route running, his hands, his ability to make big plays in critical moments. It's no wonder he's widely regarded as one of the best wideouts in the game. Jefferson has never been one to shy away from speaking his mind, but what he said about the Dallas Cowboys recently has everyone talking. In a recent interview, Jefferson was asked about the Cowboys and their place in the NFL landscape. His response was bold, candid, and let's just say, not what you'd expect. Jefferson said, and I quote, "The Dallas Cowboys are a good team, but I don't buy into the hype. They're always talked about as if they're on another level, but when it comes down to it, they haven't shown they can get it done when it matters most. I respect their players, but as a team, I'm not convinced." Wow, that's a loaded statement if I've ever heard one. Let's unpack this because there's a lot to dissect. First off, Jefferson's critique of the Cowboys touches on a sentiment that's been echoed by many NFL fans and analysts over the years. The Cowboys, despite their immense talent and resources, have struggled to make deep playoff runs in recent years. For a team that's often under the brightest spotlight, the lack of postseason success is a glaring issue. But to hear it from Justin Jefferson, a player who's currently in the thick of his own journey in the league, adds a whole new layer to the conversation. This isn't a retired player reflecting on the state of the Cowboys. This is one of the league's brightest stars, essentially calling them out in real time. It's rare to hear such direct commentary from an active player, especially one who's not even in the same division as the Cowboys. Now, let's talk about the reaction. As you can imagine, Cowboys fans were not thrilled with Jefferson's remarks. Social media exploded with responses ranging from "he's just jealous" to "who does he think he is?" On the other hand, many non-Cowboys fans and even some analysts praised Jefferson for saying what they believe to be the truth. It's a classic case of love them or hate them when it comes to the Cowboys, and Jefferson's comments have only fueled that fire. But here's the thing, was Jefferson wrong? The Cowboys have an undeniably talented roster. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, the list goes on. Yet, despite all this talent, they haven't been able to put it all together when it counts the most. Whether it's due to coaching decisions, injuries, or simply bad luck, the Cowboys' postseason track record in recent years leaves much to be desired. Jefferson's comments also bring up an interesting point about the perception of teams in the NFL. The Cowboys are a franchise that's always in the spotlight. Whether they win or lose, they're talked about endlessly. But does that attention create an inflated sense of their standing in the league? Are they held to a different standard because of their brand? These are questions worth pondering, and Jefferson's remarks have certainly reignited the debate. One thing's for sure, The Cowboys players and coaching staff have likely taken note of Jefferson's comments. While they're not the type to publicly engage in a war of words, you can bet that this will be bulletin board material for the team. The NFL is all about rivalries and storylines, and moments like these only add fuel to the fire. On the flip side, Jefferson's own team, the Minnesota Vikings, have their own questions to answer. They've had moments of brilliance, but have also struggled with consistency. If Jefferson is going to call out another team, it puts added pressure on him and the Vikings to back up his words with their own performance on the field. It's one thing to talk the talk, but in the NFL, walking the walk is what truly counts. As we look ahead, the potential matchups between the Vikings and the Cowboys just got a lot more intriguing. Could this be the spark that ignites a new rivalry? Imagine the drama, the intensity, and the storylines if these two teams meet in the playoffs. The stakes would be higher than ever, and you can bet all eyes would be on Jefferson to see if he can back up his words. It's also worth noting that Jefferson's comments reflect a broader trend in the league. Players today are more outspoken and willing to share their unfiltered opinions. Social media has given athletes a platform to express themselves, and they're using it to shape narratives and engage with fans in ways we've never seen before. Whether you agree with Jefferson or not, you have to admire his willingness to speak his mind. So where does this leave us? For starters, the pressure is on for both the Cowboys and the Vikings. Jefferson's comments have set the stage for what could be one of the most talked about storylines of the season. Will the Cowboys use this as motivation to silence their critics? Will Jefferson and the Vikings step up and prove they're a force to be reckoned with? Only time will tell. In the meantime, this is the kind of drama that makes the NFL so captivating. The rivalries, the bold statements, the unpredictable twists and turns, it's why we love the game. And as fans, we get to sit back, enjoy the show, and watch as these storylines unfold on the field. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Justin Jefferson's comments? Do you agree with his assessment of the Cowboys, or do you think he's off base? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're a Cowboys fan, how do you feel about the criticism? Do you see it as fair, or do you think Jefferson should focus on his own team? Let's get the conversation going. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and share it with your fellow NFL fans. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more breaking news, analysis, and discussions. This is just the beginning of what promises to be an exciting season, and you won't want to miss a single moment. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay passionate, stay engaged, and keep loving the game we all adore. Until next time, take care and enjoy the action.